Okay guys, here's our eye on it tutorial. Okay, so this one is the one that's a lot. This is like a dream job a little bit.
Oh no.
But you know, the rest of them are pretty easy, so it's not too hard. Don't be discouraged. It'll be okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna start out teaching you some moves. Okay, we'll start out that way. All right. So the first one that we're gonna do is called the wipe and chug. Okay.
Wipe and chug?
So this is with your arms. So what you're gonna do, you take right arm first, and you're gonna go like this, like you're wiping your face, right? So just wipe your face. That's it. Fist, right arm, wipe your face, right? And then right after you wipe your face, you're gonna take your left arm and go chug, like
Choo-choo.
a train, right? Choo choo, chug. So you go wipe and chug. Okay. Easy so far? So let's do that again. Wipe and chug. And remember, you guys are mirroring us, so just do whatever we tell you to do, okay? Just do it the same way we are, right? So right arm, wipe and chug, okay? So now what we're gonna do from here is we're just gonna do the same thing, but switch arms. So now you're gonna take your left arm, and you're gonna wipe with your left arm, chug with your right arm, okay? And then you're gonna do the same thing. Right arm wipe, left arm chug. Left arm wipe, right arm chug. Okay, you see how that's going? Wipe and chug, wipe and chug, wipe and chug. Good, so that's our first move, okay? It's gonna get a little faster, but we'll work on that, right? Okay, so we're gonna start out, that's how we're gonna start, right? So we're gonna start with your right arm, wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug. Let's see if you can get a little faster. Wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug. Wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug. Okay, so the tempo is gonna be more like this. Wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug. Okay, so that's about how fast we're gonna go. Wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug, and wipe and chug. Okay? So keep practicing that move until it feels normal, okay? Start with your right arm, wipe, chug, left arm, wipe, chug, and just keep doing that back and forth, okay? Okay, so once you get that move down, you can pause it, practice that if you want. Once you get that move down, let's work on the next part that we're gonna do, okay? So we have our wipe and chug, and we're gonna go into like, kind of like leg press pump thing, okay? So we're gonna go one, you're gonna start actually, you're gonna start on your right side, right? We always start on the right side. So you're gonna go one, so you just put your arms out, like almost make a triangle with your fingers extended, arm out, and then you're just gonna bend, right? So keep your hands still and bend towards your hands, and then look like you're pushing up, right? So push, then you're switch to the other side, right? So now we're on our left side. Down and push. Then we go back to the right side, down and push. Left side, down and push. And how you're gonna do this is you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so you do double on a couple, right? So you're gonna do 1, 2, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna do 3 and 4 on your right side. You're gonna go back to your left, 5, 6, go back to the left, 7, and 8. Okay, so let's try that one more time. I'm gonna start on your right. You go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good job. So that's how that one goes. And the tempo of that is going to be more like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Oh, no, sorry, a little bit faster than that. It's going to be a little bit faster than that. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So that's how that one's going to go. Sorry. So that's how we're going to go. So let's do that one more time. We'll go 2 counts of 8. Okay, you ready? So start on your right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8.
Whew.
Woo, I know, right? So go ahead and pause the video, work on that, and once you feel comfortable with that, we'll do the next part, okay? Okay, so once you have your wipe and chug, and now you have your leg pumps, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called the Cabbage Patch. Really easy. Make fists, put them right in front of your chest, and you're just gonna move them around in a circle. As you move them around away from your head, you're gonna kind of keep your head going away from it, right? You're gonna be pushing away, right? So go round, and then we're gonna change directions. Around the other way, round the other way, right? Okay, so the first time we do the Cabbage Patch, we're gonna keep going the same direction, okay? So it's just gonna be like this. So let's start off slow. So we have our fists in front of our chest, right? We're gonna go around. We're gonna be going towards the right, right? So we're moving towards the right, towards the right, towards the right, towards the right. Okay, so in the tempo for that, how fast it's gonna go, it's gonna be more like this. Right, so not too fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So that's what that's gonna be, okay? Pretty easy Cabbage Patch, so go ahead and practice that a few times. Pause the video and then come back. Okay, so after we do that, that's for the whole beginning eye on it part, okay? So why don't we go ahead and put that together, okay? So that part's gonna go like this. We're gonna start with your wipe and chug, right? So let's do it slow. You're gonna do 4 wipe and chugs, okay? So we always start with our right. We're gonna go wipe and chug and wipe and chug and wipe and chug and wipe and chug. Then we're gonna go into our leg presses, right? And then we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And we're gonna go straight into our Cabbage Patch, right? Towards the right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So it's 4 Cabbage Patches in all. Okay? So let's try that one more time. We'll go through just that one whole part. Okay? Here we go. So always starting with the right, right? Wipe and chug and wipe and chug and wipe and chug and wipe and chug. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. So that's the whole first part. Okay, so let's see if we can do that towards the tempo, how fast it's going, okay? So this is just that whole first eye on it part right in the beginning where it goes eye on it, burr, 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 burr. So that's what we're doing for this whole part, right? Right before the first soloist, right? So it goes pretty fast, but once you get used to each individual move, then it'll be okay, okay? So you ready? We're gonna go the tempo, okay? So just follow along with us. You ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, and so then we get to the last, you know how the eye on it, right? It's kind of slow. It's like eye on it.
Like a broken record?
Right? So what you're going to do is on your last Cabbage Patch, when they say eye on it slow, you're going to do your last Cabbage Patch slow. It's going to be eye on it. And then when it goes the it, you're going to move back and forth with it, okay? Like you're pulling on something. Okay? So it's going to go like eye on it. Right? And the soloist is going to do their part, okay? And then that's a whole different thing, okay? So whenever we do the I got my eye on the prize, I got my eye on, that whole like the fast part where we do the eye on it, that's going to be the same. The wipe and chug, leg pumps, and then the Cabbage Patch, okay? With the slow Cabbage Patch for that last eye on it, okay? So there's just the first like 30 seconds, but it's okay because we're going to use that again later. So now you know like a good, most of the choreography for the song. Okay, so now we go for the first solo for the I set my eyes to the west, walking away from it all, reaching for what lies ahead, I got my eye on it. For this, really easy. What you're going to do, start with our right arm, right? You're going to put it out, like straight in front of your chest. You're gonna make a fist, and you're just gonna pull out. That's it, okay? So let's do that again. Right arm, you're gonna grab and pull. And while you pull, you're gonna do it again, grab, you're gonna move your head with it. Okay, so grab and pull. So just move your head right along with it, right? Grab and pull. You can even move your torso a little bit. Grab and pull, right? And then you're gonna do it with your left hand. Grab and pull. And then grab and pull. Grab and pull. Grab and pull. So that's what it's gonna look like, okay? Okay, so that whole, I set my eyes to the west, walking away from it all. I put my, that's the different one. Reaching for what lies ahead. I got my eye on it, right? So just those like elbow jabs, right? So let's do that one more time, starting from the right arm. I set my eyes to the west, walking away from it all, reaching for what lies ahead. I got my eye on it. And then we're gonna switch, and we're gonna do this kind of foot movement thing. So I'm gonna teach you how to do that really quick. So make sure you get good with the jabs. You can pause it really quick, work on that. And then once you're done with that, we'll come back and do the kicks. I'll show you how fast we'll do the jabs. So it's gonna be more like, I set my eyes to the west, walking away from it all, reaching for what lies ahead. I got my eye on it. Right? Okay, so that's how fast that's gonna go. So try it along with us, rewind, do what you need to do, get used to that, and then come back to this part. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our little foot movement, and this is pretty much all the foot movement you're gonna get in this one. Okay, so this is really easy. So you're gonna start standing normal, right? So watch our feet. We always start with the right foot, right? So we're going to step out, and as we step out, we're gonna bend down, okay? And then we're just gonna bring that foot back, and then we're gonna step out and down. So that's basically it, okay? So start with the right foot, out, back, left foot, out, and back, okay? So remember to keep your knees bent for this because it's supposed to be very bouncy, okay? So let's start with the right again. Out and back and out and back. So every time you put your foot down, you're bouncing, okay? So let's try that one more time. We'll get used to that. So right foot, out and back and left and back and back and back and left and back. So you see how we're doing this? Our arms are kind of moving naturally. So what we're gonna do is keep moving like this. Keep your bouncing. And when you reach out, just have your arms go out with your feet. Just like this. Nothing too much. Good. So keep doing that. Keep your bouncing and your arms going out. Then, when your feet meet the middle, what you're gonna do is you're gonna cross your arms, okay? So out and cross. Out and cross. Out and cross. Out and cross. Okay? So let's walk through that one more time, okay? So, what you're gonna do, start with your right leg. Start with your right leg. You're gonna start that way, go out, back in and cross, left leg out, back in and cross. Okay, so let's just do that slowly. Go ahead and do along with us. We're gonna do a little bit faster, okay? Here we go. And out, cross 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 and out, and cross and out, cross and out, cross. Good. So now we're gonna do it to the tempo, which is pretty much the tempo. It's not much faster than that. Right, so this is gonna be during I see my sweat hit the ground, right? So it's gonna go, I see my sweat hit the ground, right? So we start going that way, right? So that's about how fast it's gonna go. So go ahead and do it with me. You ready? This is the race of my life, and I can't wait. Okay, So here we go. It's gonna be like, I see my sweat hit the ground, I put my foot on the brake. This is the race of my life, and I can't wait for the shot, right? So it's a little fast, right? So it's gonna be like, ba 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 da ba da 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 ba ba da ba da 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 da, right? Okay, so that's about how fast it's gonna go. Go ahead and pause the video, rewind, practice that. Move on to the next part. This is the funnest part, okay? So we're gonna do cause I can feel the wind on my back, okay? This part's really fun. Okay, so for the first part, cause I can feel the wind on my back, what you're gonna do is you're gonna step forward. You take a few steps forward, start with your right foot. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So let's do that again. 4 steps. Okay, you ready? Start with the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So now we're gonna add a little bit to that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hands, put your palms up, just go like this, like push. Push your palms up. Your knees go down, palms go up. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do while we're stepping. Okay? So palms out, step with the right foot. We're gonna go push, 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 and push. Okay? So that's the first part. So let's do that one more time. You ready? We go push and push and push and push. Okay? So how that's gonna look is it's gonna go, because I can feel the wind on my back, right? So that's how fast it goes, but it's just taking those steps and pushing at the same time, right? So let's do it one more time. We'll go slow, and then we'll go back and do up speed. So push and push and push and push, right? It's kind of like, what? Right? That's all you're doing, really. Push and push and push and push, right? So let's do it one more time. At the same speed of the song, it's gonna be, because I can feel the wind on my back, right? You're gonna do 4 of those. One more time. Ready? Because I can feel the wind on my back, right? Good job. So the next part you're gonna do is you're up here, right? I can feel the wind on my back. So you're gonna be up here, right? You just walked forward. So now to get back where you were, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do these little wiggly arms, okay? So all you do, reach out, pull your arm back, okay? So that's all you're gonna do.
It's in the shoulders.
And you're gonna do that as you step back. Okay, so what's gonna look like is how Mr. Alex just did. So you're gonna go, I can feel the wind on my back. And then right arm first, right? Heart is pumping like a heart attack. Right? So 4 steps back, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So it takes 4 steps up, pushing, 4 steps back with your wiggly arms, okay? Okay, so let's try that part put together. Right, you ready? So we'll do it slow. Because I can feel the wind on my back. Heart is pumping like a heart attack. I don't know if those are the lines. But basically, okay?
Close enough.
Yeah. Chest is pumping like a heart attack. Okay, so there you go. There's that part. So now feet are moving and my mind is locked. What we're going to do for that is now we're back where we started. So what we're going to do, you take your hands, put your palms out like this, your fingers out, and you're going to push down with your right arm, okay? As you push down with your right arm, bring your left arm up, okay? So, push down with your right arm, bring your left arm up. Then we push down with our left arm, bring our right arm up. You see that? So push down with your right, up with your left, down with your left, up with your right. See how that works? So let's just practice that. Good, okay. All right, so now while we do that, when you push down, you're gonna lean away from where you're pushing down. So much so that your foot's gonna come off the ground, away from where you're pushing, right? So we're gonna go like that, and press with your left arm, foot's gonna come up, okay? So, let's try that. So, press down with your right, down with your left, down with your right, go ahead. down with your left, down with your right, down with your left, okay? So, we're gonna go ahead and go quickly. Go ahead and go inside. Thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do, down with right, down with left. And you see how your feet are moving as you do that? Okay, so that's basically the movement that you're gonna do. Okay? So, it's gonna be a little different though, so we're gonna go, what's the line? Feet are moving and my mind is locked. Okay, so you're gonna go down with the right. Feet are moving, so you're gonna do one each, and then you're gonna do like halves. You're gonna go, and my mind is locked. Just do them each a little faster, right? So feet are moving and my mind is locked. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so let's do that one more time. Push down. Feet are moving and my mind is locked. And then do it one more time. And this time you're going to start with your left, pressing down. Pressing on with everything I got. Okay, so same thing, right? So let's try that one more time. Starting with your right, pressing down. Feet are moving and my mind is locked. Pumping on with everything I got. Okay, so you do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, so let's do that to the tempo it's gonna be. So go ahead and practice that if you need to, and then what it's gonna be like is it's gonna be feet are moving and my mind is locked, pumping on with everything I got, right? Okay, so let's start that whole part over, right, with the walking up. So we'll do it slow first. It's gonna go, because I can feel the wind on my back, chest is pumping like a heart attack, feet are moving and my mind is locked, pumping on with everything I got. And then once you finish that, you're gonna be still, right? And then it goes the slow, I got my eye on it, right? And we said before, when we do slow, I got my eye on it, we're doing that Cabbage Patch slow. So we're gonna go, I got my eye on it. Then we're going the other direction. So right, we always go right first. So I got my eye on it. Back the other way. I got my eye on it. Right, and then back right again. I got my eye on it. Right, just like how we did before, right? And then you're gonna go straight, eye on it, and then remember it goes back to the fast, I got my eye on press, I got, right? So then you're gonna do the same thing as we did before, the wipe and chug and wipe and chug, wipe and chug and wipe and chug, leg and leg and leg and leg, leg and leg and leg and leg, Cabbage Patch and Cabbage Patch, Cabbage Patch and Cabbage Patch, right? So that's how that part's gonna go. You're just gonna Cabbage Patch until that part's over. Then we get to the second verse. And for, I got a new passenger to help me navigate the way, so when my heart hits the floor, I can recalibrate. That whole time, you're gonna do something that's called the robot. Basically, you're just gonna move in very sharp motions to make yourself look like a robot, right? So you want that very mechanical look, and you can do it any way you want, as long as you're not getting in anybody's space, but just very like mechanical movements, right? Very mechanical movements until I can recalibrate. And then when we get to I feel a deeper call in me, all else is fading in the black, you're gonna go back to this thing right here, okay? But we always start with the right. So I feel a deeper call in me, all else is fading in the black, so let me run in the race that I know is meant to last, right? And then it goes back to, because I can feel the wind on my back, chest is pumping like a heart attack, feet are moving and my mind is locked, pressing on with everything I got, or take this shot, or whatever that one is, right? And we go slow, I got my eye on it, got my eye on it, and you still eye on it, right? And then at that point, it gets into that like cool, interesting music, right? while the verse is being said. What was that? Ambient music. So right when that happens, there's this like boom, 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 right? So right when that hits, you're gonna kind of jolt yourself, and then you're gonna move in slow motion the whole time the verse is being said. So you can practice moving in slow motion. You're not gonna move your feet anywhere, just your arms, and you can move your torso. And you're gonna do this the whole time while the verse is being said until you get back to I on it. And right before you say I on it, you're gonna go I on it, right back, and then it goes straight back to the wipe and chug, right? Wipe and chug and wipe and chug. Press and press and press and press. Press and press and press and press. Cabbage patch and cabbage patch. Cabbage patch, right? Until the end, right? So that's basically what the moves are. I know it's a lot. I know this was a long video. Don't worry, there's no other songs that are this complicated, and I promise when we work on it in person, 25 minutes. When we work on it in person, it's going to be way, 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 way easier, and we'll take a lot of time on this, so don't worry about it. Just keep practicing the moves until you feel right with each one, and then we'll work on putting it together. Don't worry, this is the song we're going to take the most time on, so don't worry, you'll get it, okay? Alright, and then when you feel like you're ready, you can do the dance along with us when we show you the choreography with the song. Okay, good job, guys.